Hello, boys and girls. It is Aunty Audrey here as we continue to read our stories from the 10-volume series of the Bible story by Uncle Arthur Maxwell. Yesterday we finished on a sad note. We had the first mistake that was done by human beings, and it was a sad story. We continue to find out what has happened and what did God do. We'll find out in our next stories that's coming. Thank you for joining us, and we will have our prayer. Good day, dear Jesus. This day is for you. We ask you to bless all we think, say, and do. Amen. Thank you for those who are just joining us. We are already on lesson 4 of part 2 of our first volume. We've done part 1, it had 10 stories. Now we are on part 2 and we are already on story number 4. So thank you very much for all those joining us. If you want the stories, the previous stories, just ask me and I will resend them for you. So story 4 today is the test of love. The test of love. I hope you can see it. Yeah, so it is found in Genesis 3, verse 5 and verse 6. As Eve stands by the tree of knowledge of good and evil, listening to the soft-spoken words of the snake, the first doubt enters her mind. God had said that if she ate fruit from the tree, she would die. Now the snake was saying that she wouldn't die. Who was right? Could it be that God had not told the truth? As she thinks this over, the snake follows with another idea. He says, God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. He is suggesting that God has been unfair to her and Adam, that he is holding back something that belongs to them. There is a sly hint too that God is jealous of them, afraid that they might become as wise as he. It was very wicked and mean of the snake to say such things when God had been so good to Adam and Eve. But Satan is like that. He is always working against God, always suggesting unkind and hateful things, always trying to make trouble and separate friends. Certain suggestions about knowing good and evil makes Eve curious. Up to this moment, she has not known anything about evil. She may even have asked herself what the snake meant by the word. What was evil like? She thinks it might be good to find out. That is always dangerous. It is the first step along the path to trouble and sorrow. We always need to be on guard against suggestions to try something wrong thing in order to learn how it feels or how it tastes. We shouldn't want to know evil. We are far better off without that kind of knowledge. No one has to put a finger into a bottle of ink to know it's black. Little by little, Eve falls for Satan's tricks. First, she begins to doubt God's word. Next, it seems that it won't matter much if she disobeys him. Then she is ready to touch the forbidden fruit. Finally, the temptation seems to be more than she can stand. She reaches out her hand, takes the fruit and eats it. It tastes delightful. She wonders why she has waited so long. The snake must be right after all. God surely didn't mean to keep her from eating fruit as lovely as this. She gathers more and offers it to Adam, who also eats it. No doubt he says, but I thought God told us not to eat this fruit. And Eve probably replies, oh, it's quite alright. The snake told me that I wouldn't die. And you see, nothing has happened to me. Maybe God made a mistake. But God had not made a mistake. He had a good reason for telling Adam and Eve not to eat of that tree. It was his way of finding out if they really loved him. He had given them so much, every good thing he could think of, and he longed for them to love him in return. Did they really love him? Would they love him always? How could he be sure? Willing obedience is a never-failing test of love. If we really love father and mother, we will gladly obey them. That was why God told Adam and Eve not to eat from that tree. It was a simple test. If they had loved him sincerely with all their hearts, they wouldn't have eaten it. Then God would have let them live forever. But because they had disobeyed him, he knew he could not trust them. They would have to die and go back to the dust from which he had made them. What a sad day that was. It was really, really a sad story and a sad day in the Bible. I hope God trusts us, boys and girls. I hope we obey our mother and fathers and elderly people. Thank you for joining me, and God bless you all. See you again tomorrow.